Hello again, and welcome to the latest edition of the Roy Williams Show. We're going to be talking Carolina basketball. Man, we have a bunch of stuff to talk about with the Hall of Fame head coach of the Tar Heels, Roy Williams, over the next hour or so. Thanks so much for being with us. My name's Jones Angel. We're going to look back at the win over Duke, look ahead to the ACC tournament. All ACC teams were announced. We chat about all of that and a lot more. Plus, we have a bunch of questions to get to as well. Coach, let's start with Saturday, though. Carolina led the entire game against Duke, jumped out to a 26-6 lead, led by as many as 24 points during the game. Never saw that advantage drop below 12 after establishing that big lead early. Gosh, just an impressive showing from your team in a big game that you controlled the entire way.
Well, we did and felt very good about it. You know, I was so frustrated at the end of the game the way we handled their full court press because I'm a coach and I keep trying to coach every possession, and we've got to learn from that. And every team we've had in the past, I always loved it when somebody pressed us because that meant it was an open full court game, and that's what we've made our living on. But we didn't handle their press very well at all. But other than that, I thought we got some good performances from a lot of people. Garrison getting off, making the basket, and then all of a sudden coming down on Matthew Hurt's foot and having to go out but able to come back. I think that I would have just been destroyed if he hadn't been able to come back and finish playing on senior day. But I think that it was. We did some nice things defensively, and yet we still had our moments where we were that young team, the kind of thing. But no, I think overall against a Duke team, it had to be very focused because they knew how important it was for them. And we got off to a great start early and never really let them back in the game.
You mentioned Garrison. He had 14 points in the game, 5 rebounds as well. And really all the seniors, it felt like, did something to help you win the game, including Walker Miller, who took that charge on the very first possession.
Yeah, I loved that. That was a play that I thought was important to us early, got our bench enthused about the game. And then when they went in, they wanted to keep that kind of thing going. And I thought that play was really big for us. And as you say, just about every senior had some moments, and even got Sterling Manley in for 2 big moments at the end. And I'm sitting here trying to think who made the lob pass to Sterling.
It was
Manley.
Andrew.
It was Andrew, so Andrew got that part of it too. But I do believe that all those guys deserved even more time, and I would have given them more time. I was just over there on the bench so upset with the way we were handling the full court pressure that I wanted to keep those guys in there to get better at it, and it didn't happen the way I wanted to, or I would have been able to give those guys that got that last minute or so, I would have been able to give them the last 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 minutes if we'd handled the press better.
Coach, in the 2 games against Duke this year, you're starting backcourt of Caleb Love and Kerwin Walton. They combined to go 25 of 41 from the field. That's 61%. Mm-hmm. 14 of 22 from 3. That's almost 64%. Perfect at the free throw line in those 2 games. They had 73 total points in those 2 games. Obviously, terrific numbers. It seems like it really shows the importance of balance for your team this year, that when you can get some kind of production from your backcourt, gosh, it makes you guys a different team.
Well, it really does. Now, we've got to get both those guys to have better defensive grade because neither one of them had very good defensive grades in the Duke game. But, no, at Duke, I thought we were really good. And here we just caught them and hit them pretty hard pretty early, and it was never in doubt, basically. And I hate to say it like that because he sounds so conceited, but I do think that we did some things that were good. But I felt, except for the defensive balance at Duke, I thought we played better that game than we did here. But a lot of it is colored by our failure to handle their pressure late in the game. But, no, if Caleb and Kerwin are going to shoot those numbers, we're going to be really hard. We're going to be hard for other people to handle.
And in total, you always say it looks better when the ball goes in the basket, and the ball sure did go in, better than 55%.
Yeah, 55% both halves. And if you shoot the ball like that, you've heard me say a million times, the ball going in takes care of a multitude of errors. And it was something that was important to us. Caleb making the 3 early and then making the pull-up jumper early gave him a little more confidence on his shot too. Kerwin just continues to get better and better. We've got to get him to be more shot ready. So, because sometimes he ends up passing up shots because he's not ready when he catches the ball. He's got to recognize that he's open, and we've got to do a better job of getting him more shots.
You made everybody nervous by kissing the logo at the end of the game.
Yeah, it was the kind of thing. It dawned on me right there, and I sort of tried to get the attention. Well, I didn't try to get them thinking, God, that's what I should have got the guys to do. Because you think about it, 18 years, we haven't been undefeated at home in the league but 2 or 3 times.
Right.
And this year, the home court advantage, I said, well, you didn't have the fans there. Well, it's still our building. And you're used to the backdrop, you're used to the shooting, and I just thought that this place was great to us this year. And if we hadn't stumbled badly against Marquette, it would have been